So The Great Gatsby has three main themes in it: the past, the American dream, and hope. The Great Gatsby relates to the American dream as Gatsby's dream is supposed to be related to the American dream. They're supposed to be one and the same. That it's something you always dream of achieving, but when you actually do achieve it, that it's not as great as it once was, or that it's not what we really hoped it would be.
And then the second theme of The Great Gatsby would be the theme of time. Time is an inescapable thing. Gatsby keeps trying to escape and keep trying to repeat the past, but what he won't accept is that the past is done and over with, and that he can never have the spark, the love that he once shared with Daisy that he wants so badly.
But the Great Gatsby shares this hope. That's the overwhelming theme, is that he is the most single hopeful person in the entire book. He hopes that he'll live his life with Daisy, and he prays that one day his life will be like he wants it to, and that he never gives up. He's always hoping, always pushing on, and he doesn't realize that it's this hope that's pulling him further and further back into the past.
So to compare the movie to the book, Gatsby in particular is more of a tender character in the movie. You really see more of his emotions that you don't get to see in the book.
Got it.
Also, in the book, The Great Gatsby, they describe the meeting between Gatsby and Daisy's daughter. Although this is omitted in the movie, it is a very important part of the story. It shows how much love Daisy truly felt for Tom, that they would actually conceive a child. And it really puts in perspective for Gatsby how things have changed, and really shows time as it's progressed through the years of a child.
And on the topic of relationships, in the book, Nick and Jordan, they have more of a dynamic relationship. F. Scott Fitzgerald actually goes into their dates and their calls and stuff like that. In the movie, you don't really get any of that. They don't show any scenes of Nick and Jordan being too romantic, and they don't have the phone call breakup at the end. You don't get the same feeling as you did in the book.
If it wasn't for the mist, we could see your home across the bay. You always have a green light that burns all night at the end of your dock.
So that quote that you just heard was when Daisy finally goes to Gatsby's house. It goes like this: "If it wasn't for the mist, we could see your home across the bay," said Gatsby. "You always have a green light that burns all night at the end of your dock." Daisy put her arm through his abruptly, but he seemed absorbed in what he just said. Possibly it had occurred to him that the colossal significance of that green light had now vanished forever. Compared to the great distance that had separated him from Daisy, it had seemed very near to her, almost touching her. It had seemed as close as a star to the moon. Now it was again a green light on the dock. His count of enchanted objects had diminished by one. So we took the mist as being the past, the 5 years where Gatsby and Daisy weren't together, because that is what separated from them having their relationship. We also thought that this represents the American dream, and how once it's achieved, that it kind of just loses its significance, and that it kind of just vanishes. So maybe the American dream isn't as good as it seems, or maybe once you achieve it, it wasn't so great to begin with. Oh, you want too much. I love you now. Isn't that enough? I can't help what's past. I loved him once, but I love you too.
When Daisy states, "I love you now, isn't that enough? I can't help what's past." What she's referring to is that throughout the whole book, Daisy is kind of a dim character to some. She doesn't seem very intelligent, but in fact, she is actually able to accept that things change and that you don't have any do-overs in your life. Whereas Gatsby is still trying to achieve this dream, this relationship that the time has long gone. And whereas she has already moved on, whether he wants to accept it or not, that is how it is.
Just throw them on me.
I got this one from England. Finest silk from India, from Africa, European, Switzerland. Daisy, what's wrong?
I've just never seen such beauty.
heard was, suddenly with a strange sound, Daisy bent her head into the shirts and began to cry stormily. "They're such beautiful shirts," she sobbed, her voice muffled in the thick folds. "It makes me sad because I've never seen such beautiful shirts before." So in the book, she is portrayed as more of a materialistic character. Particularly in this scene, she seems very shallow because all she can say, or all she can talk about is the such beautiful shirts that he has. However, in the movie, she's portrayed more as at a loss for words because, 5 years are lost on her lips. She doesn't know what to say, so the only thing that she can say is she's never seen such beautiful shirts before.
And as I sat there, brooding on the old unknown world, I thought of Gatsby's wonder when he first picked out the green light at the end of Daisy's dock. He had come a long way to this blue lawn, and his dream must have seemed so close that he could hardly fail to grasp it. He did not know that it was already behind him, somewhere back in that vast obscurity beyond the city where the dark fields of the Republic rolled under the night. Gatsby believed in the green light, the orgastic future that year by year recedes us. It eludes us then, but that's no matter. Tomorrow we will run faster, stretch our arms out farther, and one fine morning. So we beat on, boats against the current, borne back ceaselessly into the past. This quote is probably the most pivotal quote in the entire book. F. Scott Fitzgerald was able to wrap up the entire meaning of the book and all the symbolism in 2 sentences. The quote goes, "Gatsby believed in the green light, the orgastic future that year by year recedes us. It eludes us then, but no matter. Tomorrow we will run faster, stretch our arms out farther. So we beat our boats on, against the current, borne back ceaselessly into the past." This represents the American dream, and any dream that you've had in the past or the future. That back in the past you may envision this future for you, and that is your orgastic future. You're creating this fantasy that you want to live, and that every year you try to get to it, the further it recedes. But we're all optimistic, so we run our arms out, so we run faster, stretch our arms out further, just trying harder and harder every day to get closer to that future that we want so bad, just can't reach. And so we continue to beat on, not realizing that we're not getting anywhere, that it's actually getting further and further away, and the current's pulling us back into the past, and we're never moving on into the future.